These next two characters on my list, which is 4 and 3, they are big in terms of gaming, but they've also been in the previous Smash game. Number 4, I am going to go with Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. Again, this is a character who was in Smash 4. This is a really weird situation. He's a big, iconic character. He's a face of gaming in general. He is the face of RPGs. Seeing him in Smash Brothers makes total sense. I think Cloud is coming back. I think he will be I think he will be the only Square Enix IP that does show up in Smash 5. If it's Sora, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that too. But I think Cloud is bigger than Sora by a landslide. In terms of moveset, I think they're just going to port him over like normal. I think he's going to keep his limit. I think he's going to keep almost everything he has. Maybe nerf him a little bit. Come on, guys. This is Cloud Strife we're talking about. This is not, I'm not talking about like the moves or anything, but this is Cloud Strife. The face of RPGs, the face of Square Enix, and they're coming out with the Final Fantasy VII remake in 20-something. I don't know. I don't really... It'd be out by the time we're dead. When he made it into Smash 4, everybody completely went nuts. No one expected Cloud. The people who expected Cloud are pretty much liars. Everybody and their mother is a liar. Whoever thought Cloud was going to make it in Smash Brothers. This is a character who needs to be in Smash Brothers. I think he's just as big as Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, Mega Man, and I think all those characters are going to make it in too. All those characters like Mega Man, Pac-Man, Sonic, they're making it in. No question. I'm going to also move to my third character, which he is also in a Smash Brothers game. The recent one, which is Ryu from Street Fighter. I'm going to say this, though. I think they are going to rework Ryu just a little bit to where he's not really in his Street Fighter 2 style, but he's going to be in his most recent game, which is, I believe, Street Fighter 5 for the PlayStation 4. He will have that kind of moveset where maybe have some new moves. He'll still keep most of his moves, like his down B where he has the super armor. I think that's from Street Fighter 4 or 3. I'm not too sure. They're going to keep almost everything Ryu has because that's just how Ryu plays. Now, I don't think they're going to make him to where he's going to be that... Well, no, I think they're actually going to. I think they're going to make it to where you have... If you want to put the... inputs in properly, your attacks get stronger. I do like that mechanic, but I believe they're just going to change some things about him. Maybe change his movement, make him a little faster or make him a little slower. Maybe, you know, nerf how strong he is. I don't know, but what the thing is with Ryu is he is in the same situation as Cloud. Cloud is the face of RPGs. Ryu is the face of fighting games. He has been in almost every single fighting game at this point. He's even in Monster Hunter World as an exclusive for the PlayStation 4. And how you put Ryu in anything and all of a sudden it just works. Next thing you know, we're going to see Street Fighter Racing and Ryu's going to be like the Mario of that game. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you guys that this is how I think it's going to work, is because this, like I said, Smash is not just about Nintendo characters. Smash is just about video games. Video games in general. I think that's what's going to happen, and Ryu is too big of a character in the fighting game community to be denied Smash Brothers. And even Nintendo recently has been really pushing esports, kind of esports like events on their games like ARMS and Splatoon 2 and maybe Mario Tennis Aces because of how good that game is. Number 2 on my list is a very interesting character. He's getting a game released here pretty soon on Nintendo Switch. Actually, no, on all platforms. And that character is going to be a third-party character in the name of Spyro the Dragon. Spyro the Dragon is not as big as Banjo-Kazooie is in terms of platformers, but Spyro has his... Okay, let me say this. If you didn't play Banjo-Kazooie, chances are you may have played Spyro the Dragon in all of his games. I've seen that quite a bit, actually. I've known people who have played Banjo-Kazooie but haven't played Spyro. I've known people who've played Spyro the Dragon and not played Banjo-Kazooie. I'm one of those people that have played Banjo-Kazooie but have never played Spyro the Dragon. I think Spyro will be a very interesting character to be in Smash Brothers. He is pretty iconic in the terms of the like old classic games, I guess. I guess people consider him a classic. And, you know, I think he would have a really unique moveset. You know, you have Charizard, who is not really considered a dragon, but then now we're going to actually have a dragon in Smash Brothers, who I think is going to be like a really fast character. He's going to be a really fast character. He won't be able to fly mechanics, but he will have probably one of the best recoveries in the game. Will have some sort of combo potential. Yeah, a dragon that combos? Oh my god, that'd be scary. He would have almost like really good kill potential, but I think the lack of power, he would lack power in terms of his design. He'll be like a combo character. He'll be about Mario's weight. He'll be a medium weight. He'll have his combos. He has a great flying mechanic. He has one of the best recoveries in the game. But his downside is that he has trouble. He would have trouble killing. I think on the back of his tail is like a sharp thing. I don't know. And that'd probably be one of his like sweet spot kill moves or whatnot. I'm not too sure. He would be a great entry. He would be a great character to put in there. I think it makes total sense. Spyro, I mean, his game's coming out on all platforms, even on Nintendo Switch. Even though they even said now it's not been confirmed for the Switch, but we're gonna be watching. Or I think it's gonna be coming to the Switch. I think so because they actually. Why wouldn't it come to the Switch? It makes total sense. Crash Bandicoot's coming to the Switch. I don't see why Spyro the Dragon could come to the Switch. And finally, my #1 character, who I think is going to make it into Smash Brothers 5 for the Nintendo Switch, is Crash Bandicoot, Mr. Woe himself. And this character is huge. I think this character is just as big as Banjo-Kazooie. He's big as Mario. He's big as Zelda. He is a big franchise character. Why wouldn't he be in Smash Brothers? This guy was a rival for Mario for a certain amount of time, and he went into darkness for like almost 10 years, more than 10 years, I'm sorry. And all of a sudden he comes out with this Crash Bandicoot remake for the PS4. Now it's coming into all platforms. And it makes total sense to have Crash Bandicoot into Smash Brothers. It makes perfect sense. His moveset, you know, of course, he would have make a custom moveset for Crash Bandicoot, but he would have most of his unique moves where, you know, he spins around and he'd be kind of like I would say maybe like I think he'd be a heavyweight character. You know, he would have his spin attack, probably make it as his neutral B, maybe have actually a good recovery. Let's see, they got to balance him out. So maybe have him as a heavyweight. He's heavily comboed. He has a good recovery. No, actually, no. They can make it a decent recovery. He'd be kind of like, actually, no. He'd be kind of like Donkey Kong, where his recovery, he can't vertically go up, but horizontally going from left to right, his recovery would be insane. And his speed would be okay. It'd be kind of fast. He would have he would actually have some combos, but I think he'd be a powerhouse in my opinion. He'd be a powerhouse. He'd be about heavyweight. He'd be comboed pretty easily. And in terms of just the character himself, this character is, like I said, he is just as big as Mario in my opinion. He may not have the games like Mario. He may not be known well as Mario. But as far as like iconic, you know, who this character is and where he came from, this makes total sense. I mean, I think he's just as big. He is maybe not as big as Mario, but he's like Sonic. You know, Sonic and Mario, well known with each other. If you have Sonic, Mario, you'd have Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, Mega Man, Cloud, Ryu, and then you have Crash Bandicoot. I think he's with those guys right there. And you all may be thinking, I'm just losing my mind. But I think that's going to be the case. I think he's up there with those guys. I think he's up there with those guys. He'd be a perfect fit for Smash 5. His game is coming out, I believe, this month for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm going to be picking that up and actually playing a Crash Bandicoot game for the first time. But alright guys, that about does it for this video. Did you agree with my list? Did you disagree? Which most of you will probably will. Now I'm pretty sure I didn't name all your characters that you guys wanted, like Paper Mario or Sora from the Kingdom Hearts, or, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog, or Goku, or Shrek. I'm just babbling at this point. If you guys want to show your top 5 characters, or your top 10, or your top 8, feel free in the comment section below. I do read your comments, and I would love to hear you guys' opinions on who's going to be the next character in Smash Bros. Actually, no, who's going to be the biggest character in Smash Bros. Like, you know how with the characters revealed in the past Smash games, it was Brawl, it was Snake. Smash 4 was it was Mega Man. And now we don't know who this next character is going to be. Who's going to be this big character that we're going to be like, no way, he made it in. I want to know. But that's about to do it for this video. Like I said, write a comment below. What do you guys think is going to happen? E3's right around the corner. I'm getting excited. And I'm going to head out now. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!